Hello students, welcome back to Narayana Digital Classes. Today we will be solving the assignment number 22 on the topic atomic structure. Let's move on to the assignment. Here the first question. Mass number of an atom represents the number of, right? Mass number of an atom represents the number of. We know that each and every atom has a mass number and an atomic number, right? So generally atomic number represents the number of protons which are present in the atom is called as atomic number. In the same way, the number of protons and the number of neutrons combinedly or collectively called as mass number of a particular atom. For example, if you see, so in this picture I have mentioned this is an atom. For example, X is an atom. X is an atom. So the mass number is generally represented with A. Mass number is generally represented with A. So what is the mass number? The number of protons plus number of neutrons collectively called as mass number. Right? So mass number of an atom represents the number of protons and neutrons. Represent the protons and neutrons. So the correct option is second option. Clear? Let's move on to the next question. Here the second question. The mass number of calcium is. Mass number of calcium is. So we know that calcium is an atom. It has some mass. Just now we have discussed mass number is number of protons plus number of neutrons. If you see this picture, so this is the nucleus. This is the nucleus. So generally the protons and neutrons are present in the nucleus. The electrons are revolve around the nucleus. The electrons are revolve around the nucleus. So the mass number represents the number of protons plus number of neutrons, right? So here this calcium atom contain number of protons 20, number of neutrons 20. So those collectively called as mass number, that is 40. So 40 is the atomic mass of the calcium. 40 is the atomic mass of the calcium. So the correct option is first option. Clear? Let's move on to the next question. Here the question, the mass number of sodium element is, right? So same question, this is similar to the second question. Here we need to find the mass number of sodium. We know that what is the mass number? Mass number is number of protons plus number of electrons, right? So how many protons are present in sodium? That is 11. And how many neutrons are present in sodium? That is 12. So the number of protons plus number of neutron is called as mass number, that is 23. Right? So we know that mass number, so protons and neutrons are present in nucleus. So the number of protons plus number of neutrons is called as mass number. So the sodium atomic mass is 23. Sodium atomic mass is 23. So the correct option is fourth option. Let's move on to the next question. Here the question is, the number of neutrons present in phosphorus. The number of neutrons present in phosphorus, right? So we know that mass number equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. Number of protons plus number of neutrons. So the mass number of phosphorus is 31. phosphorus mass number is 31 and the number of protons are 15. Then we can easily find the number of neutrons, right? Number of neutrons, that is capital N. So number of neutrons N equal to 31 minus 15, which is equal to 16. So the number of neutrons which are present in the phosphorus is 16. This one, 16, right? So the correct answer is third option. Let's move on to the another question. Here the question, the number of electrons, protons and neutrons in chlorine atom respectively, right? So excuse me. So chlorine has chlorine chemical symbol is Cl. So it has atomic mass 35. It has atomic mass 35. It has atomic number, that is 17, right? So atomic number represents the number of protons. So atomic numbers equal to number of protons. So atomic mass is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons, right? Number of protons plus number of neutrons. We know that number of protons, that is atomic number, and we know the mass number, and we can find the neutrons. So the mass number is 35. Atomic mass of chlorine is 35. Number of protons, that is equal to the atomic number, that is 17. Plus number of neutrons we have to find. So N equal to number of 35 minus 17, which is equal to 18. Right? So the number of neutrons equal to 18. So we got the number of neutrons. Number of neutrons 18 and number of protons which is 17. Now we have to find another thing, that is electrons. So how many electrons are present in chlorine atom? We know that, so the number of protons which are present in an atom is equal to the number of electrons. Then only the charge will nullify. Right? The charge will become neutral, because electrons are generally negative charged particles and protons are generally positive charged particles. So the number of protons which are present in atom, that is equal to the number of electrons. So we can say that the number of electrons is equal to 17. The number of is equal to the 17. So the number of electrons, chlorine is 17, and the number of protons also 17, and the number of neutrons is 18. So the respective order is electrons, protons and neutrons. So 17, 17 and 18. So the correct option is fourth option. Right? So with this, I come to the end of the session. Thank you very much.